everyone. I hope you guys jumped on my website and saw what was going on there. My wife's been working really hard on getting a lot of stuff done on there, and it's day by day it's getting better and better. So if you didn't check it out before, go ahead and check it out. It's racestatusgarage.com, and subscribe just so you can get emails when stuff's getting dropped. We just ordered samples of some t-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, ladies shirts, and all that to see how it is. And if it's great, everything's going to go live on the site for you guys. What we're doing today is something a little bit easier. I just fabbed up the intercooler piping, got the intercooler mounted. Next is the hot side, but I still need an exhaust flange and a turbo mount, and then I can start doing that. But what we're going to do today is get the suspension back in the car. I got my new subframe in from Team Z. I contacted Dave while he was on vacation. Felt bad. He had me measure a couple of things. He's like, oh, I don't know what happened there, but it's wrong. I got my new one in this week, 2 days ago or something like that. Fits great. Lines right up. I got to massage one hole just a touch, and that I believe to be the car, because everything else lines up perfect. But we're going to get that in. I also have the adjustable control arms to put in. That's got the Heim joints with the spacers on it. The drop spindles from Team Z, the 2-inch drop spindles. The only thing I'm having a problem with right now is I need to buy either Strange or Willwood or Aerospace front brakes to run these. Can't run factory brakes with these. You might be able to. Factory Foxbody. This is based off Foxbody V8 spindle. You might be able to run factory brakes on it, but I have all SN95 stuff. And the dilemma I'm in right now, I don't have $700 to spend on new brakes. So I'm trying to find a set of used ones just to get it going. If I have to replace pads and rotors in 3 months, it is what it is. But I don't have $700 to spend it new. So I've been holding off trying to find that before I stick the SN95 stuff back on and then just swap out to these when I get the brakes. The only problem with that is, if you guys remember, the passenger spindle's bent. So to make that all work, I have to buy a passenger spindle. And people want like $100, $150 for a spindle plus shipping. I'm not a fan of that. So I'm trying not to spend the money on the stock stuff, even though it's all brand new except for the spindles. And I'm holding out for a set of Strange 4 pistons or Willwood Street brakes, or even, last on the list is Aerospace if it's cheap enough. If a week goes by and I don't have anything, I don't even have any clues to anything, the SN95 stuff's going back on the car. The car's got to get rolling. I got to get this thing going. Once I finish the hot side on this, and everything's mounted and everything's good to go, everything's getting ripped back off, pushing it to the other side, and I'm spray bombing this tubular front, so at least it's painted and won't rust on me. Clock's ticking. I got to get it going soon. So let's get the subframe in. Let's get the control arms in, let's get the knuckles in, let's get this whole front suspension back assembled again. Okay, so I had to unbolt all that once I got over here and saw what was going on. It tightened down a little weird, and that's because my frame rail is a little tweaked right here. That's from when the car was in a wreck and not fixed 100%. I don't know what I'm gonna do right now. I think I'm gonna try getting it hot, hitting it with my sledgehammer, and we'll go from there. What else am I gonna do? Don't make fun of my little nap gas plumbing torch. It's all I got. fast I'm gonna get it hammering it. Pretty good. Well, the thing is, there's a lot of weld right here. So when this thing probably got bent, they probably welded up the crack or hole or God knows what it was. But it's all boogered up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a new flap disc on once this cools, and just grind it smoother. But it's much better than what it was. Subframe's in. Now it's time to put the control arms in. I gotta make sure all my bolts fit. I don't know. My bolts don't fit. They fit in a sense of the word that they're long enough, but I want to say set up for 5/8 apparently. Always something. I doubt I have 4 bolts that long, 5/8 fucking. And what's weird is I probably should have looked at this, but one of these is shorter. That's a prick. The spacers don't fit. I don't know why. I'm gonna go to the other side and try that side. Now I haven't cut the zip ties on that yet, so. Oh, wait a minute. I think I'm putting them on the wrong side. Hey, there we go. Helps to pay attention sometimes. Yeah, so those fit on that side. So I'll assume the others will fit on the other side. Fucking dumbass. So I'm gonna actually start getting this all set up because it'll be easier to change the bolts out one by one with it all bolted together. 2-inch drop spindle, fancy. Let's swing it up on here and get the castle nut started. Spring stuck. Looks like crap with my old hardware and all this fresh new stuff. So I got the subframe in, the K-frame in, the lower control arms in. Make sure you get left and right, because it freaking matters. The 2-inch drop spindles are on. Bolted up to strange 10-way single adjustables. I'll eventually go double, but that's big bucks right now. Next thing I gotta do is put the steering rack back in. This K-frame, you gotta use offset bushings. It comes with them, but I already put offset in that rack eons ago, helping bump steer out. So we're gonna get that rack on. I'm gonna grease the bushings a little bit, make it easier. And before I slide it all the way on, I'm gonna make sure my steering shaft is on the rack too, just make life easier. I do gotta do something about the bushings. I swear, man. It just never... You gotta rotate them over. Alright. Rotated. Let's try this again. Now that you got your steering rack on, you're probably looking at this spindle and you're like, oh shit, how does it mount? Now, if you're going to use an OE spindle and you get a bump steer kit from Team Z, it will come with this piece, and this piece goes up into your stock spindle, bolts down from the top, and then you put your spacers on and you bolt down from the bottom. Well, this is not the same as the stock spindle. And what I mean by that, there's just a hole in here. It's not tapered like the other ones. So you're going to get a bolt like this with the kit. A bolt and a big ass nut. See? And what you're going to want to do, just might be a little rough because of the powder coat, but you see that? And then you can set your gaps there. Now I got the control arm jacked up to where the body was just about to put the weight on it, and so it's going to be somewhere around that much of a gap in there. Now this is not exact. Don't let anybody get on my case about this. This is not the right way to do bump steer. I know it, but this is what's happening for now. You're going to want to get your steering rack as close to centered as you can. And what I do is I usually turn it all the way left, turn it all the way right, count the turns and split it in half and bring it back center. And it gets it fairly close. Close enough to align, let's put it that way. Powder coat. Powder coat. Control arms, K-frame, steering, knuckles, the whole nine are in there, shebanged. And I tried to get, the key is, you want to try to get this as close to parallel with that. I got these pretty much on point right now. They look really, really good. A lot of thread on these things. Okay guys, the suspension's pretty much all done. Everything's just loosely bolted in. I've actually been able to stack my pennies up, and I'm ordering my brake kit tomorrow. I'm ordering the Strange 4-piston drag racing brakes. Talked to a lot of people, and they said they've had plenty of street miles on them without any problems. Fingers crossed. Worst that happens is I pull them off, I sell them, and I go to a more street brake. My job's 2.5 miles from my house. I really don't sit in any traffic, so we'll see how that all plays out. I'm going to do a video on that, comparing to what I pulled off, weights, you know, and all that stuff. I'm waiting on the new bolts to come in for the control arms. I was going to run down to the hardware store, but Dave told me he would send me new ones to put that all together. Now, I got some merchandise in. If you hit up the website, racestatusgarage.com, you can go on there and purchase some. Some of the clothes went live today. I'm not putting anything on the website that I personally haven't bought and worn. I just won't do that just because I want to be in full control of the quality of it and how it is. It's nice sweatshirts. They're warm. They're Glidden. Glidden makes decent stuff. I like it. I got a t-shirt upstairs where it's reversed. This is on the back, and what's on the back is on the front. There's some lady shirts, working on more ladies stuff. Waiting on stickers to come in. We're working on hats. It's hard to find a supplier that does hats, trucker, with flex fits. Flex fits are the main go-to, so I definitely got to have that flat brim and curved. I wear both, doesn't bother me, but people want trucker hats, people want snapbacks, so I'm having a hard time finding a supplier to do all of that for a good price. Jump on the website, check that out. Purchase something, that'd be great, to support the cause and the brand. There'll be more styles coming out. We're working on a bunch of other stuff, and we're adding more stuff as we go. Anyways, quick, easy video. Get in the garage, grab your cold beer, grab some tools, get working on your hot rod, guys.